Hey everyone, IvyLeeGaming here, and today we're playing Honkai Star Rail. For today's video, we are going to talk about the dupe system. Is there really one? What is it? Is it actually good? Let's talk about it. Alright, so most of these gacha games have some sort of dupe system. We're talking about when you're summoning and you get a character and you're like, gosh darn it, I already have one. Right? And that can be frustrating. But in some games, that's actually amazing. And sometimes you want dupes of a good character more than you want new characters. It really does depend on the game though. I think overall, Honkai Star Rail fans would probably say they still want new characters more than a dupe, at least right now. But it depends how you want to look at it. Do you want to make your favorite character the best they can be? Or do you want to try a little bit of everything? So let's talk about our character dupe system first. In this game, if you pull a dupe of someone, you get a resource. So the resource we get when it comes to that is called an Eidolon. Now, this is something we get for our Trailblazer just by progressing through the story and by, I think from the Trailblazer upgrades from Pom Pom and from the currency special world currency shops that you get access to as we change through the different worlds. But that's kind of what we get here. But that's just for our Trailblazer, right? Like here, right behind me, the shop right here, we get that. We don't get dupes of our Trailblazer, so that's kind of the way that we can improve them. But we do get dupes of our other characters. So for me, Hook is one that I have a lot of dupes of, right? So that is these Eidolons. We are going to get improvements for Hook in order as we get dupes. So you have to start with 1, then you unlock 2, and then you unlock 3, 4, 5, and 6. Luckily, you can kind of get a feel for what they have, no matter if you have them or not. You could at least see everything ahead of time, which I really like because there's actually a shop where you can buy characters. So if there is one character that you're like, okay, I really want their level 2 Eidolon, so I need 2 more dupes of them. If you could actually buy their dupes or ensure you get the dupes to get that one thing you really want, it's actually quite smart and a really creative system. Now, what I'm talking about with that is the shop here. So the Starlight Exchange rotates out characters. Instead of just buying a summon here, you can buy characters, and they're not too bad. Now, the light cones are very expensive, but the characters themselves for the 4-star characters are not so bad. So you can look at this as a way to guarantee yourself a new character that you don't have in your roster. Like maybe I buy an Arlon just so I have one and I can try one in the future if I decide to. Don't think I'm going to though, he doesn't seem to be the best. I don't think I really need him right now. But maybe I would, I don't know. Or maybe let's say you really love Dan Hong and he pops into this shop. Well, you want to buy a dupe or 2 of him to be able to make sure you're guaranteeing improving his Eidolons. It's something you can do and something you can consider. Now, besides the dupes for your characters, well, there are dupes for the weapons as well. There is a dupe system, I should say, for the light cones as well. So your light cones, you can enhance them by superimposing them. That requires dupes of the same one. Now, it's okay to go ahead and do this with these blue, rare 3-star ones early on to make sure you have a nice strong light cone to use before you start to get the variety of 4 stars. But I would not suggest doing this with your 4 stars or definitely not with your 5 stars because you're going to want those on actual characters. And eventually, I mean, you can see how many characters we have already. I already have all these characters that I could genuinely use, and it's only day 2. I'm gonna get so many more, and we're only gonna have so many that we can actually, you know, we can only get lucky so much with good 4-star ones. Now the difference, I guess, would be, okay, you're like, all right, I have 5 of the same one. I don't really think I'm putting that on 5 different people. So maybe any future dupes I start to enhance by superimposing in the future. Like, if you know you have way more than you need for a good array of characters, or you have a ton in something like, okay, I have like 4 different types of preservation ones, and I've already got 4 dupes of this one, so maybe I start feeding a dupe or 2 into one to make it stronger. It's possible, it just depends on your account and what you start pulling, but I don't think it's smart until you really get a good handle on things to start crunching the 4-star, or definitely not the 5-star light cones. And when it comes to the 5-star light cones, there is the resource in Herta's shop to be able to use a special currency for superimposition, so you don't need to have duplicates anyway. But that's about it for the duplicate system. Unfortunately, fortunately, I don't know. I think it's pretty good. I like the idea of being able to improve our character, and I also like that it's not as simple as just, I don't know, it's not just a basic stat boost, like, okay, it just improves their HP defense and that's it, or their crit rate and crit damage. I like that it's actually some skill changes as well. It affects their actual skills, like what shows on their talent trees, and it can actually give them new skills, new bonuses, new improvements. So just something to think about. I think it's really a good system, so don't be too mad if you start getting duplicates of your favorites. The only thing I would say is, I have to agree, it'd be a pretty big bummer to get duplicates of your 5-star characters early on when you want to get a variety to get a nice strong roster, but hey, I wouldn't be too mad at some of these improvements for my Himiko, honestly, either. So in the long run, you're gonna want duplicates to really push your characters to the max. So I think it's a pretty good system. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the dupe system for Honkai Star Rail? And just a reminder, if you want to hang out with me live, I will be on Twitch. I typically stream every Friday and Wednesday, late in the evening if you are in Europe, or early in the afternoon if you are in the United States. So come hang out with me and we'll have lots of fun, lots of laughs, and explore this wonderful, wonderful game.